ask you about Sean O'Malley. I wrote a piece on him yesterday, and I think O'Malley is already a star, but I think he has a chance to be a transcendent star. And I look at those and I say, in my time, 20 plus years of covering MMA, I think you look at it and you say Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, not a hell of a lot of others that are at that high level. I think Sean O'Malley has the ability to get to that high level. Do you agree? And what do you think what will take for O'Malley to go from where he is now to become, a guy of that caliber?
Yeah, well, you got to keep winning. I mean, as long as he keeps winning, he's already got that thing. He's got that thing that people like. People are interested in him. People care. 5.5 million people watched his first fight in the Contender Series. So millions of people have already saw him fight. And I was talking to somebody yesterday. They were like, "Oh, I'm the biggest O'Malley fan." Some guy that I wouldn't even think would know O'Malley, knew who he was, and it's fascinating. But for him, this is a big fight for him. Chito Vera is the real deal. This is the toughest fight of his career. If he can pass this test with flying colors, get ready. He'll be even bigger of a star on Sunday than he is right now.
He talked to me yesterday or the other day when I interviewed him about Quintet. He said, he submitted Takanori Gomi. He grappled to a draw with Gilbert Melendez, and then he was also in there with Hector Lombard. He got submitted by Lombard, but he felt like that grappling experience he had has given him confidence that he could do it in a competition. So he's going into a fight against a black belt in Chito Vera. He's very confident. Do you feel like that it's translatable? Nobody's trying to punch him in Quintet. Nobody's trying to kick him in the head. Do you think that one translates to the other?
No, but if your submission game is that strong, and you're grappling with those type of guys and having those type of results, you're legit.
So let's get into it. My favorite fighter now. When is Khamzat Chimaev going to fight?
We're working on it. I want to fight him. I want him here. I want him to come to America and fight. So we'll see what happens.
Did you offer? You had said after his July 25th fight that you were gonna, he wanted to fight on UFC 252, and you were gonna make that happen. And I know things fall through. Did you offer the fight to anybody and have people turn it down, or
no? He wants to fight, and people will fight him. It just, we got to work on getting him in the country. It ain't easy to get people in the country right now.
Okay. So I hadn't thought yet about that. What about some of the other guys that starred over there on Fight Island? Munir Lazzez, Fiziev was another guy that I thought was awesome. When might we see some of those guys coming back?
Yeah, Lazzez will fight on Fight Island again when we go back. We're working on a fight for him. And I love these kids that want to turn around and stay busy and keep fighting. So any of them that want to turn around quick and fight again, I usually do it.
Said on TMZ the other day that you're still talking to Floyd Mayweather about what about him fighting, about you working with him on some other fight. What is it that you and Floyd could do together?
Yeah, no, Floyd wants to fight.
He does.
Yep.
And he wants to fight an MMA fighter. He wants to fight MMA. What does he want to do?
Mm-hmm. He wants to fight. We're gonna probably listen. I'm dealing with all the bullshit that's going on with 2020 right now. Floyd and I want to work together. We want to do something. We're going to do something, and I just need a little more time.
Okay.
To get my shit together.
Are you, obviously with what he did with Conor McGregor and what he did with Manny Pacquiao, I mean, between those two fights, roughly 10 million pay-per-view buys, right? So, yeah. But he hasn't fought a boxing match against a boxer in 5 years, and he hasn't, been in the ring at all since Conor, which is over 3 years. Does that concern you at all, him coming back at, whatever age he is, if and when he fights?
No, it doesn't concern me, but yeah, those are all things that will factor in to the fight. I mean, those are all things that will factor into the fight 100%.
Do you think he's lost any of his, salesman ability? Like, do you think the fights will be, whoever he fights, will the fight be as big as it had been back then, given the time away he's had?
I don't know. Those are questions that will be answered when you put the fight on. The Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather fight was the perfect storm. It was like, that thing was built from the fans, to the media, and became what it became.
And I guess you mentioned his name, so I'll end this interview with obligatory question about Conor. Have you had chat with him? When do we think we see him back? And is he interested in fighting Floyd again? And are you interested in him fighting Floyd again?
Conor McGregor is retired.
He is.
Yes.
Okay.
Conor McGregor is retired.